Oh, I see the chat just comes up there. Okay, that's cool. Okay, all right. We are going to go fixing Nintendos. So this is going to be a Nintendo fixing session of various different Nintendos. I have several of them that are broken in various different ways. So we'll take a look. Probably going to fix one here that has a controller port problem first. We'll do some desoldering, various other opportunities to fix things. But yeah, the main thing we're going to fix today is broken solder. All right, so we might need some. Oh, need some. Let's just put some clean stuff. Clean this first. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's check out some stuff here then. So we've got, hey chat, we got somebody online. Mhm. We're going to fix some Nintendos. All right, so this one here, I want to start labeling these. Do I actually have a label? Oh, I do. So let me do that. Look at me. Look at me and my organization. Wow. All right, let's take a look at this. I've got some labels here, so I'm actually going to label because I've got so many of these Nintendos now that I really don't know which is which anymore. So this Nintendo, let's just put a label on it. Put a label on it here. This Nintendo is, it boots, but the CPU is bad. So, this is, oh, this is the Nintendo that we repaired the last time I was on stream. So, it failed the burn-in test, and then it went bad. Or actually, no. Sorry, no. This is an old one I have. Actually, look, wait a second. I'll explain what all these are doing. Uh, pen. See, I have all my tools, and then everything's all over the place. Everything is all over the place. Let me see, can I find my pen? Right. Ba, 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 ba. No, there's no. Right, let's get more pen over here. And oh, here's one. Okay, so this is what is this? This is I want to say logo on boot. Logo on boot. So now I know that one is that, and then this one is uh, sorry, I've got another one over here beside me. Is black screen. So I've got one with a black screen, one with a logo on boot. So I'm going to put both of these over here. Off to the side. Um, this one is, yeah, we're gonna just remove this one now because it's a little bit broken. Something going on with it. Okay, so this one is problematic. This one is problematic. They all seem to be pretty broken. And we're gonna fix a whole other one. So let's go no scope. Put the keyboard back up. And let's get out the bag of doom. All right. Okay, so here's the bag of doom. It's more old broken stuff. Let's leave that over there. Now, this bag of doom contains a, oh dear. I was going to say that this was okay, but it looks like actually that came loose. All right, so that could be a problem. Just go have a look at the ribbon cable. Give me 1 second. Interesting. All right, let's have a look at the ribbon cable. Scope, pro top right. Okay. Okay. That looks okay. But this side of it, I think, is damaged. Or that, yeah, that one's lifted, is it? A little bit? There's something lifted on something. So either way, we want to have some work to do here. Yeah, super glue or epoxy, or just put it in and just don't touch it also. Okay, well, first of all, you can see this this one's this one's also broken. So it's a GPM02. Let's go back to no scope. So it's a GPM02. Let me straighten this up so that people don't go crazy. So we will need to heat up. Yeah, we'll need to heat up the soldering iron because we need to get all this junk off. Yeah, we need to get all of this off. Then we might test it. Let's get all the junk off first, then we'll test it. It's a second revision board, 93. So we'll plug it in and see what happens. Bring it up on the composite input once we do it. So let's get these wires off first because we're going to just put back on. Oh, that's what now I knew what I wanted to do. We're going to put back on the connector. Back on the connector, but before we put back on the connector, you see here the connector has been removed. 1 second here. No scope. Pro top right. Pro top right is my thing. All right, so there you can see we have a kind of pretty. See, maybe that could be like severely damaged. We'll see. Might be some legs missing here. We'll know in a second. This might not be reusable. We'll see. Because something was pulled off and it left the legs in the board. And I don't know if this was the one. But something was pulled off previously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is one, I know, isn't it? It is one ugly looking connector. It sure is. Um, so here's what we're going to do now. Where's my... That's what you're right. That is one ugly looking connector. So we're going to need to get lots of... Look at this. Like, it's just disaster. Um, so, all right, let's have a look here. I'm just going to pull it all off one by one. We'll clean it up after that. Okay, one, two, good. Three. All right. Four. Oh boy, this was definitely pretty crispy. All right, so there's the wires off. Now that won't matter because there's wires also on the other side. So I've got to do that. All right, so let's get those. They are over here. So then we'll take a look at what actual damage we're looking at. Okay, so there's that wire off. Uh, this wire off. This wire off. Oh, this is pretty sick looking. This is not going to be good. Uh, yeah, that's pretty... It doesn't look great, does it? Doesn't look great at all. So we've got... Hmm. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so let's just put that in there. All right, so now we have all of those off. So what are we looking at? And we'll wick all this off too. None of it is good. None of it is good. All right, let's see. Sure exactly what happened there. I'll have to look and see, do I have another GPM board? Or whatever. Yeah, it looks pretty gnarly. Okay, let's see what a real GPM board should look like. This is what, GPM2? All right, let's have a look at a GPM2 board. GPM2, GPM2. Nope. I'm just looking over here, chat. I want to see, what do I have? GPM2. I have a GPM2. Are these all SHBC? SHBC. That's interesting. That's a CPU. Okay. SHBC, SHBC. Um, GPM1. Hold on. Let's look at GPM1. 1 second. Interesting. Okay, so sorry. So this is a GPM1 board. So it has this. It kind of looks like what we're looking at. Now, I don't think I have. Hmm. Yeah, we'll have to see. So it's just a slightly different pin out there, I think. Have to see how that's going to work. Okay, so this is the connector. Yeah, probably will. It's just that one's been flattened, so it probably will actually work. I just haven't swapped one of these before. That's okay. And then here is the one that I took off. Yeah, so you see it says P2. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at these though. Look at the good one. Sorry. Yeah, where is that actually going? It's not clear. Okay. All right. Can't actually see where those connect, where those wires are supposed to go. But we'll take a look underneath. Right. So that's 1, 2, 3. This black screen. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they look the same. So, so that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2. I should have another one. Seems like I am somehow missing one. I'm missing one. Either way, doesn't matter. Okay, let's do let's have a look at this one then. So this is GPMO2. All right, let's wire it up and just see what happens. No scope. No scope. Let's go with composite capture with cam. All right. All right. So we will do composite capture with cam. Um, let me see. Get anything from this? Okay. Power switch. Okay, let me just get the power switch out of there. So need to get a cartridge slot. Shannon pre-recorded fake stream. Wow, I just disproved that. So, haha. All right. Okay, we got Super Street Fighter in there. Super Street Fighter. Uh, let's see this in here. Bummer. That is a shame. Okay. All right, so that is not working, which is a shame. Is it even? No, it is. Well, this is it. This little cable here, that switches it on. But I'm fairly sure I don't need to have the. Pretty sure I don't need to have the controller board connected. Um, second here now. But I'm pretty pretty sure that yeah, pretty sure that that powers it on. But let's just have a quick look at the board and see what's going on. All right, so let's take a look at fault overhead no scope. Um, all right, there we go. Okay, so gonna have to clean this up a little bit. It doesn't look great, does it? So let's do that. Shannon Carter, why would you think this is a pre-recorded fake stream? And why would someone do that? Is it just to get views or something? See, I'm so inexperienced, you see, I wouldn't even know. So, haha, you know, take that. Um, so I don't know why people would do that, but I guess that's a thing people do. Um, and kudos to them. I guess they're hustling, doing something. Uh, we will leave them to it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, yeah, no, I totally get that. I'm not really, I'm just trying to just get a feel for it and not rip things completely. So, yeah, that's kind of what I was doing there. Um, I'm going to clean it now in a second and then we'll do some proper flux job. Okay, let's go full scope. All right, let's go full scope. Okay. Yeah. So we got one problem. So there's a couple of issues here. Couple of issues. One is that these are all through hole. So getting getting these to go through hole is going to be fun because the holes have stuff in them. The other thing is that I don't know where these connections go. So I'm missing a pad on, looks like on both sides right here. See, I'd have to look at the pin out now, which is going to be a pain. So I'm missing a pad. I think what I'll do is I'll put the connector in and then I'll jump. But I'm missing a pad here. Um, you know, that's just going to be a pain. Another 90 minutes of getting the. All right, let's see. Can we do it faster than 90 minutes, chat? Can we do it faster than 90 minutes? Last time I spent 2 hours just cleaning out holes in board. Um, okay, let's not do that. Let's go pro mode. Uh, let's go Red Sox. Right. Let's just do this. Okay. Chat is referring to an unhappy incident a couple of days ago where it took several hours. I mean, I feel like I was being a bit lazy that day as well, to be honest. If I'm honest, I was kind of I was kind of messing around a little bit. So let's see, can we? It's so crowded on my desk right now. I really should do better. But let's just see what we can do. Chattanooga. Woo! Okay, quite a bit of stuff I picked up right there. Let's do it again. Okay. It's cool when I come back to my when I look back at my monitor here, I can see this huge uh yeah, the via traces are probably on the other side. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I felt like this maybe this board type I'm not as used to. I felt like I did this the last time. Well, that one's good. Okay. All right. See what I'm doing there, chat? Um, if you kind of wick the little guy down there, it'll just like pull the solder out of the hole. So, it's actually usually not that much hassle, but it does depend on the quality of the wick and blah 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 and da da da. So let's keep going. Give me some water. Hmm. The via traces are probably on the other side. I know they probably are, but where are they? I don't think I saw them on the other side, chat. Okay, let's do this guy. Hey, 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 hey. Are you proud of me, chat? Maybe not. Okay, running out of flux here. Yeah, it's not running up. But I think you liked what I did prior to that. Okay, let's just clean and redo. Am I doing better, chat? Am I doing better? I feel like I'm doing better. This was what I would call a unmitigated disaster the last time, and this is what I would call less of an unmitigated disaster. See what I've done? So we have got, let's just get our little brush here. We can see, you can kind of see like which ones are, sorry. Yeah, once I run a jumper for the missing pad, yeah, I mean, no, that'll be okay. The jumper's going to be easy if I can tell where it's supposed to go to. The jumper's going to be real straightforward. Um, Actually, not worried about that as much, Chad. I'm worried about knowing where it goes. Attaching it's going to be a doddle. Attaching it's going to be easy. Knowing where it goes is going to be the problem. All right. I think I've largely through-holed all this now. You just it's like, oh, there. You can look at that in the microscope for now. All right. Okay. I'm just going to get some paper here and just dry this side of things. All right, let's bring it back in under it. So I just dried the board. I just want to see what's going on. Okay, so you can see here that I have tidied up some of it, and like, if I put my finger under there, you'll see. Right, so it's kind of easy to see which ones are right. So obviously that one there. Is this one done? Let me just have a quick look for a second. there might be some fine solder we can use here. Okay, sorry, one second. All right, so yeah, we're almost there. Just want to just check. I'm gonna get these holes done first. There's definitely no major issue. Yeah, that's the wrong solder. It's too thick. I have a slightly thinner soldering iron. Or I did. Just looking for it now. Okay, one second, one second. What's this over here? Oh, some spare stuff. Okay, all these wires are too thick. This wire's too thick. Where is the freaking yeah, this is all too thick. I'm trying to find a little. Oh, here it is. I knew I had something. Okay, so we're gonna do this. That there. Okay, so I'm just going to just check something here. This is like very fine solder. I just want to just check the true holes. Okay. All right. Nope, he's not going through, so we need to fix that. How about this guy? Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. And he's all right. So it's just this one. Yeah, look, you can already see it. So the rest of them, oh, this one maybe? And this one. Yeah, okay. So I've got two that I just need to just get squared away. And this one and this one. There we go. Okay. I'll just use the new flux, or sorry, the new wick that I just found. I want to call it maybe emergency wick. Pad at the bottom, about to peel off. Most of this board's about to peel off, chat. This is a pretty, this is a pretty gnarly looking SNES. Now, this one could be trickier. That's probably the ground plane. So there's a lot of metal attached to this one, so it'll be much harder to heat it up and to get all the stuff out of it. Did I do it? I might have. Let's check. All right. I don't know if I did that. It's kind of hard with the, it's hard to see sometimes. So even with the scope, it's hard to see. Um, nope, I didn't do that one, but I definitely did the other. Yeah. What is it? This one here? Yeah, these are all done. Okay, so this side's not done, right? Let's see, can I get it from the other side? Oh, yeah, that's probably the way. Okay. So that's a ground plane. So just so for the learners on the just for the learners on the thing, see that little pad that I just put the stuff on? That pad is connected to all this metal, right? Or likely connected to all this metal here, all this stuff. And that's called the ground plane. So when you want to pull solder off the ground plane, and then you put your soldering iron on it, well, the solder really isn't going to melt properly until you heat up a good chunk of the ground plane. And so it takes forever sometimes. Yeah, see, look. See the way it's just not melting? All right, well now we've done something. We've melted some of it, but that should have like melted instantly, right? Okay. All right, so we're going to turn it around. All right, so you can still see we have piece there. And then the danger here, especially when you're doing these ground plane ones, is that it's annoying now. Especially when you're doing these ground planes ones, is that these pads are glued. They're glued to the board, right? So when you apply, if you put too much heat onto them, you will lift the pad because you basically destabilize the epoxy to put them on. So those pads will just lift, and then, I mean, it's not worth trying to get them back on. At that point, you just got to jump. Okay, so just leave that there. I'm just chopping off some. Oh, all right, let's see how we go. I put some more on that. I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it looks like I didn't get that. So I've gotten most of the other side, but this is an issue now where this the head of this might be too big. Get in there. Oh, oh, it does look like I might have got through there actually, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I did. I just need to give it a little poke with something. I think what might be in there is now is not, or at least not as worrying as what was there before, which is all metal. So I think let's have a quick look. Might be able to get through here. Hmm. Okay, I think what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get a little bit of a something a little bit more rigid than what's there. Give me 1 second. All right, then we'll fix this up. Something a little bit more rigid than that would be um, maybe some of this wire. So you see this wire here? This is wire from a wire wrapper, like something that would keep uh, something you would use to like wrap a cable, like a monitor cable or something. Okay, so let's just see. I'm just stripping some here. When I'm stripping it, it's not really working. Okay, here we go. This might be too thick, but we'll just see how it goes. All right, there we go. No, I don't think it's too thick. Okay, so we still do have some. Oh, no, I've definitely done something. So I'm just going to bring it up here and see, can I just poke it through? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, sweet. All right, so look there. All right, so now that's ready to take a new connector, but obviously new connector now. Okay, so here's a question. Let's go back here. Why do I not see traces? Am I missing something here? I've got two missing traces. I've got a pad there, all seemingly, I can't tell where these are going to jump them. So even when I put on a new connector, It's not clear to me where this stuff's headed. Hmm. So that's, don't know if I had that problem before with the other one, but what am I missing here? Let me just take a look at the board. Yeah, so on this side, it's very obvious where everything is going, right? Very obvious, or somewhat obvious, but not obvious there. But that's okay. Just means I'll have to be careful. Be careful on what I jump here. Okay, let's see. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the controller port pinout. All right, let's see. We're gonna have to go look at pinouts now. So that's not going to be as fun. But we will figure it out. Okay, so get my keyboard here and we will go searching for pinouts and see where these things are supposed to go. So SNES, controller, port. Okay, so we're going to go images and I'm going to go and SNES Central. All right, let's take a look here. Let's find out. All right, that's not helpful. Let's okay, folks. We'll. I want to just find the pin out, and then we will super. Huh. Okay. Well, that's no. That's the controller board. I need it on the actual board. All right. Okay. I'm gonna share the screen once I've got once I've got a picture of what I need here. All right. Okay. 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 So, okay, SNES development wiki. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7. Each controller has 7 pins. Um, so it'll be good to see like uh, which of these are broken. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at the pinouts here. Let me share the screen. All right, so these are the pinouts. Expansion port, category pinouts, expansion port, cartridge port, controller connector pinout. No. Well, one of them's +5, but I'm gonna have to go get like SNES schematics because this is what I really, well, yeah, this is what they've got here. That's not much help to me. Yeah, that really isn't helpful at all. This was a picture of freaking Okay, I need to get SNES schematics. SNES. What board is this? GPM2. Well, no, that's not. No, I don't want the parts. I need the schematics. Audio, CPU controller, PPU controller, controller ports. All right, let's have a look here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So pin 1 is power. Pin 2 is some sort of input for player 2. Okay, so pin 1, then 2, 7, 6 are 1, 2. Okay, so P2. This must be the P2 port. Yeah. So pin 1 is power. 2, 7, 6. And 4, 5, and 3. And then I guess like these are starting selected, I guess, or one or the other. Power. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 5, and 3, and then 9. What's the CPU? Okay, so let's just type in SNES P2 port. SNES P2. Yeah, let me get console 5. Super Nintendo diagrams, schematic diagrams. Okay. All right, this is, well, this kind of looks like stuff I was just looking at. Okay, that's not really that helpful. Okay, let's just have a look at pin. So I'm just going to look here now. 10, 11. Oh, I see, okay. Okay, I see now. All right, I see it now. So, sorry. Yeah, okay. So you can see here the way it's done at it is how it's done out is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's what I was trying to say here. So we are missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing pin 6 and we're missing pin 10 on connector. Now pin 6 is looks to me like it's, it's player specific. It's not a shared one. So that would be controller port 1 problem. The other one we're missing is pin 10, which is over here. That's shared. That looks important. So that's missing. But we can see now where to jump it to. It jumps to 37 on the CPU. Pin 37 on the CPU. That's okay. We can we can we can jump that. Um, okay, and then on the other side, so that's pin 6 and pin 10. And then on the other side, we have everything except for, it's the other way around. So now you're going 1, 2. So we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6 as well. Okay. So 6 is also, oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 6, so basically 6 is gone and 10 is gone. So 10 is important, but 10's only gone on one side. And the side that 10 is gone on is the pad side that would kind of secure it. Sorry, they might be connected. Well, caps below the connector. Yeah, I think that's almost, yeah, I mean, you can kind of see them here. Look. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you the, give me 1 second, I'm going to do it live here. Firefox full. I'm going to duplicate this. Firefox full with scope. All right, and then I'm going to go find my scope. Sorry, scope, Pro Scope, and then go Control C, and then go down. Hey, all right. So yeah, so it looks like they are connected to the caps there, master. So I mean, like, is there an easy way to see exactly which caps? I don't think so, but they're in series with, there's resistors and there's capacitors that are in series with the connectors. Um, so yeah. Oh, look at that. Huh. Well, that definitely shouldn't be there. 1 second. Give me 1 second here, chat. Yeah, I would assume no, chat. Uh-uh. Yeah, it's not definitely not supposed to be there. That's a problem. So that's definitely not supposed to be there. It's good to examine that. Um, yeah, okay. See what else is going on. Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay, let me just, sorry. Just look at the other side for a second. Okay. Hmm. So weird. But either way, so 13. See the way it's going to be very easy to find it'll be very easy to jump, knowing where it's to jump to, right? But it's, but the thing is, hang on a second, we can't just jump straight because look, you see there's stuff in between, right? So we kind of have to jump to the right cap. So we actually couldn't do a jumper straight to we couldn't do a jumper straight to these C37, C38, C36, C35, right? So like, let me just zoom in here a little bit. Oh my God, It's so hard to see. Yeah, C42. See them here, look. So this is them, but like, but how do you know which is like that's C43? There it is, look over there. So we know that C43 is connected to uh 10. Yeah. Huh. So if you wanted to jump 10, you got to connect it to C43, I think. It's either 10 or 11. I'm just not sure on that. So we need to get like a more detailed or just better schematic than that. That's a pretty, yeah, it's on 11, isn't it? Well, then what's 10? Right? I can't read that. So, you know what I mean? It's just going to be kind of messy, right? Because if C43 is connected to 10, oh, sorry, 11. Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, well, I'm just using that as an example. So 11 doesn't need to be jumped, but um, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But 6 needs to be jumped. So where would 6 go to? 6 would go to C39. But where's C39? Uh, oh, I see. Oh, I see how they're marking it now. Oh, I see now. That's clever. Okay. So C39 is there. Okay, so right across from it. I mean that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. So 6 is going into C39. So that's what we would have to jump. We'd have to jump right over to there. Um, that'll be easy. Um, we'll actually just wrap a wire around the leg. That's what we'll do. And then that's how we'll jump it. And then to the other side. Um, 6 again. But we don't need to jump that because now this is the board side. So that pad is just to connect to the leg. Um, okay. And then it's 10. And 10 goes to, see, this is where it gets tricky here. What's 10? What's maybe it's supposed to be obvious what 10 is in series with, but I guess, you know, you've got 8 capacitors there. 6 is in series with, yeah. So you got 8 capacitors there. And there's 8 capacitors, 10 and 11. Yeah, okay. Either way, we're going to have to wrap some wires around the connect the legs. Because if we're going to put the leg in here, then we're going to have to wrap a wire around the leg. Um, not on that side. We don't need to do it on that side. Yeah, we don't need to do it on that side. Because we just need to do one jump, I think, on this side. I think that's it. Okay, so let's just leave this over here for now while we look at dismantling this part. Okay, so this is next step. All right, so let's just start doing this. And this is kind of slightly tricky. Uh, what I really need here is a helping hand, right? The helper's hand, or whatever it's called. Uh, I think I have one of those up here somewhere. Let me get my helper's hand because I need the helper's hand, or it's going to be tricky here. Okay, that's not much up. Oh, I'm just looking at, see can I find a little helper's hand gadget here. Nope. Helper's hand gadget. Where is it? That's strange. Well, I hate this. I bought so many things and now I can't find them. I'll find it another day. Oh yeah, just break out the multimeter. Yeah, I'll do that in a second. Good. Good idea, chat. See? That that's helpful. Okay, so okay, let's just whoa. All right. This is what I'm going to do here. I'm actually going to use this to sort of push on. Right. There's definitely some melted something, chat. I agree with you there. Maybe some this connector could be toast. Look at this. So bad. Okay. All right. So let's look at the connector. My God. Why did anybody even try to fix this? Okay, so let's see. What are we dealing with? Um, okay, so on the front, we have, oh my God, several, we have enough pins, but they are damaged. And then on this side, I'm not sure what's going on this side. This is just wrong. It looks like that's been pulled out. Let me look on the top here. Oh, I see. Okay. Yes. So let me turn around. Okay, so yeah, that's been pulled out. That's a shame. Huh. Okay, let's yeah, that pin is about to fall out. So this connector is not the best, but let me just get down closer to it. Okay. God. Okay, so if you look in here, if you actually look in there, right, you can see that it's supposed to curl back on itself. So that's actually supposed to be in there. Okay, so it was just kind of pulled out. So we'll have to, I think before I take any more stuff off of this, we're going to have to try and shove this guy back in here. And if he breaks, then this connector is toast, because this connector is not going to be useful until he goes back in his little house. No, they're not melted. It's not melted. Trust me. It's not completely toast. Oh, well, the connect. Are you saying the connector is melted? The connector is. I mean, the plastic. Let me have a look. No, the plastic housing is fine. The only really damaged pin here is that one. That's popped out, and that could be repaired. I've seen worse. So now what we need to do is we need to get him back in his house. So let's go back upstairs. Let's go up. Oh, sorry, hang on. Oh yeah, you're all right. You can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right, let's go back to full scope. All right. Yeah, so this is the guy we want. So we will have to basically help him go back in. How did he get pulled out in the first place is the question. Yeah, so he's going to have to go back in. Give me 1 second here now. We'll find a tool to do that. Hello. Hello. This could get broken quite easily now. So if this breaks, I might just, you know, call it an afternoon. Because it's going to take a while to fix that. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So we would have to put. He's going to have to go back in his house first before we can think about repairing the rest. So if this snaps or breaks, and that's pretty likely. Actually, could I do it? Could I get him out and then do it? No, I probably can't, you see. So what I need to do is he needs to be curled back up, down exactly like that. See what I'm doing? So now he needs to go back in like that without snapping. And then this needs to go down like that. Maybe? No? Maybe I have screwed this up. Maybe this is in backwards. What the hell is this? Huh. Was that installed backwards? Is that what's wrong? That somebody already tried to take this out and put it back in the wrong way? Because that would be even weirder. Because now I'm confused. Yeah, I think I'm confused now. Let me get this guy out. Can I just get him out? Yeah, let me just have a look what's going on here. Russ repairs. You never worked on a SNES? Yeah, they're pretty cool to work on. This is a pretty messed up SNES, or at least it will be if I keep working on it. Um, yeah, it's pretty. They're interesting. Interesting little things. Um, and still trying to figure out how best to get this to go back in. I think I'm gonna have to start. Let me clean this up because it's just hard to see what's going on. Okay, let me. I'm gonna just bring in some flux and some. Oh, this is so bad. Um, Need to bring in some flux and some wick and just get this stuff off of here. So bad. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad somebody suggested me. That's pretty awesome. Um, we're just kind of, we're just kind of fixing stuff. We fixed another Super Nintendo the last stream, not exactly this one, but similar broken one. So I'm just at the moment just trying to get some of the what is going on here. Just get some of the extra stuff off of these pins. So we've made some progress there. Okay. I mean, look, it's not amazing progress, right? But it's progress. Uh, okay. All right, let's get some of this, some more of this. Um, okay, nice. Okay, now, definitely better. Definitely better, chat. That's a lot better. I mean, I mean, it would be nice if you could get a new one of these, which you cannot anymore. Or if you can, I've not found them on Mouser, um, so we're just going to have to keep at this for a second. I want to try and just get some of this back up onto my all right. Now, if you're wondering what I've done there is I've just wicked it back up onto the actual, yeah, they don't make them. If you look what I did there, because it's so hard to, with two hands to get all the wick out, to get all that stuff off, I just wicked it back up onto the, um, you know, and just wicking it. See what I'm doing? If I've got enough flux, it'll actually just go back onto the top of the soldering iron. But we're kind of getting to a point now where even that's not useful. So, but it's way more cleaned up than it was if you remember. Yeah, that's a million times better. Um, so it's not perfect, right? But you see, got another little bit there on my, see, I just wicked it onto got it wicked onto the actual iron itself. So because this is tricky because I don't want to melt too much stuff here either. Okay. Um, okay, so let's just stop there for 1 minute and let's just examine. So I've got a little, I've got my thing there. Actually, I'll put on scope top right so you can see at least that I'm doing other things. So let's just clean this with some IPA. Oh, okay, so I'm just cleaning the connector here. Clean that with some IPA. Yeah, it makes it much easier to see what's going on. Okay, just put that into some stuff there. Put that back under the scope. All right, so now look what we're looking at. Okay, so you can see now the way that this is actually designed and the way it's supposed to look, right? So it's a bit mangled. The one thing I do not understand yet is how exactly this folds back in. Because you could see there, it has a little tip on it, which looks like this tip, right? And then when you turn it around this way, you can see, yeah, even you can see here, I mean, it's kind of messed up in multiple different ways, but I still think it would catch. Um, I still think apart from that one pin, I think most of it will actually work. And that can be something that is something we can test with a multimeter. But yes, but this one leg that's sticking out is completely sticking out the wrong way. It's almost like it was put in backwards. And so that's what I'm concerned about right now. So if you look down here, okay, let's go down. So now I'm gonna go really, like, really close to it. So I'm gonna put the light, right down on it here. I'm also going to clean inside it with the IPA. Okay, so now if we look, right, and then we'll use the right thing. So now we can kind of see inside it, right? And so you can see there, when you slide the connector in, it presses up against it, and that's how the connector gets its, yeah, let's just bring it a little bit more light here, sorry. Right, so now you see all the light there? So the connector is pressing, comes in and makes contact when it's slid in there. So all of those are going to work pretty well. All right, we can actually see in there. Let's go with the full size scope. So if we look in there, right, we can just kind of zoom, get a different, try different, um, try different looks at the light. All right, let's even look at it this way. Yeah, so you can see, right, that's how it works. It's clamping down on the cable when the cable gets inserted. So it's just, yeah. So, sorry, I just had to adjust it there so you can see. But that's how this is working right now. So let me just see, can we do that? Interesting. It's really, sorry, it's really difficult to try and get the light in. Okay, so connector's not too bad except for this one right here. You can see that it's not going to catch anything because it just seems to be you know, like not put in properly. So I'm going to see if I pull on this one, will it actually just come out? Like, is it, because it might actually be, uh, it might actually be in there via, yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So that's how that goes in. All right, so now let's take a look at this guy. Because we definitely have a problem with this guy. Okay. So he's a problem, right? And so let's just leave him there. Now let's go back in. Let's zoom in. All right, so we can put him back in there. But what we really need is we need to find what does a good one look like. No volume on the sound? No. What do you mean no volume on the sound? Master, you can hear me, right? Or the rest of chat? Chat, you can hear me? My mic looks like it's going up and down. Um, yeah, Master can hear me. So yeah, DJ Jackson. No sound issue here. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. It would appear that it might be on your end. Okay, so, all right, so yeah, so we're into kind of a quite an intricate repair now at this point. So, these are, so the proper ones are bent this way. Ooh dear. They're bent this way, and then let's see, I'm trying to just see which way these ones are bent. So they kind of pop out that way. Okay. And then they go out that way. All right, so let's clean it up a little bit first, right? So whoop, up we go, up we go. Okay, so now that's the thing. Okay, we're gonna have to keep him over there. That pin is so this is where, like, let's just say this was a once in a lifetime Nintendo. We have no way to um, get another part. Let's say it's super rare and, like, I don't know, other things, and we're just like freaking out. Oh yeah, now I see. Oh, I start to see now. Okay, I see now. I see what happened. I see what happened here. Okay, so earlier people. Oh, by the way, follow my stream if you just at a very low level, really hard to hear. Do you find that, chat? Other people in the chat, do you folks feel that that it's hard to hear me? I hope not. Um, but we will bring in. I guess, yeah, I could get a better mic. This is not a lapel mic that I'm using. It's a kind of a regular jobby that's on my webcam, so that might be part of it. But I am now starting to see some issues and things of why there was some problems with the SNES in the past. So this was left in the board. That's why that snapped off. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 here. There's another piece that was left in the board. I only just noticed that there now. So he was also left in the board. So 2 of the legs snapped off. And when I was working on this board more recently, when I was working on this board more recently, I had to pull two pieces out of the board, and then now I see why. It was because these broke. So okay. So what we'll do now is, yeah, pull out one or the others to check orientation. I was going to do that, chat, and it is a little, they're actually kind of stuck in here, and I don't want to break them because I think when with the spring tension that keeps them in, um, they're kind of kept with their own tension via the spring. So I'm going to, you see, because you see the way that that is there. I guess I could, give me a second. I guess I could push one out. Give me one sec. Right, so it would be second from the left. So it would be this one. So if I was to push one that matches the other, it would be this one. Yeah, you see, and what I could risk doing there is damaging that one, and then I gotta fix that one too. So there might be a little knack of getting these out, and I just don't quite have that knack. So I'm gonna maybe try guess it actually, because maybe we can draw this out. Think about it for a second, right? So it goes in that way with its little thing, right? It goes in that way, and then it should be facing that. There's the part that should be sticking out. Unless I can't believe that they might have flipped these around. Um, so if you were to put this back where it was, whoop, so if you start shoving him back in the way, which I can also do, whoop. So if we were to shove him back in, right, like that, right, so there he is, kind of like just sitting in there, right? What we need is we need the connector to be pushed up against the edge so that oops, we need the connector to be pushed up against the edge. That edge is there. Yeah, hang on. Let me just try this out for a second. So I need that to be there. Oh, I think I see it. Right, so he's got to be there. Oh, I think I do see it. And then you would see what's this for a second. Let me see when I hit resistance here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so you see the way that one is, right? The metal is curved around at the end. Let me just bring it in here and you'll see. See, so the metal is up there. It's so weird. Okay, yeah, it's right in there. So one and only SNES. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. It's not like they made 50 million of these. Um, I mean, look, I'm kind of like I do a lot of this as kind of a hobby, and so like I like to just learn and like see like what what was this? Like why would it break? Why would it not break? So, I sometimes I'll be very careful, sometimes I won't. But here's what we're going to do. I have my little, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out the one that we said, oh, oh, cool. Hang on. Wait. I think I just got one out. Yes, yes. So this is a good one. All right. Okay, see it? So good one. Huh. Oh, sorry. You can't see this. Wait 1 second. I got one out. I got one out. Yeah. So here we go. So here's a good one. Just pulled it out. Fresh out of the bag. Good one. Bad one. Right. Now, oh, here's what's weird. Why is that so long? Right. So now let's go and twist this guy around so that he matches what I just pulled out. Right. So let's just try and see, can we. Now, I think what's happened is, chat, is that you see the one on the, oh, sorry. Sorry. It's just this is so finicky, you wouldn't believe. This is so small. Okay, so here we go. Here's the two of them side by side, okay? Now, so you can kind of see where this has gone wrong, right? Like, so the one on the right, yeah, look at this. Okay, so there's multiple issues here. First of all, this we need to bend this part out the top, right? I don't know what's happened there, right? That's a total mess. In fact, it doesn't even it doesn't even look like the same thing. Um, all right, so there we go. So the one on the right is a good one. Um, sorry, no, sorry, the one on the left is a good one. Yeah, no, that's what you said. No, the one on the left is a good one. The one on the right is the bad one. And the one on this one here, even though it's a good one, it's good in that it actually crimps properly and goes into the connector, but it's actually missing a good chunk of its bottom. Um, so that's what the problem is. So you see this here, this is the piece that connects with the slider cable connector. So what needs to be done here to resolve this is we need to um, now here's the deal, chat. This could all be over very quickly. It's a right angle connector. Sorry, what are you saying, Master? You say I'm not sure what you're saying is the weird thing. Am I doing something wrong, or are you saying I just made a mistake earlier on? Because I think that this one is these were literally coming from the same section, so I think that they're the right. Uh, they are matching. It's just that that one that I pulled out doesn't match because it was snapped off in the board, and so the bottom of it is kind of is there. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, right? So I'm going to bring in this guy. Now this is where it could all go wrong. Um, actually, no, here I have a better idea. So that goes less wrong. I've got a rubber. So this is kind of a rubber thing that I can use to hold down this, right? And then I'm going to, well, if I can do it, yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. It's just might need multiple ones. This might be better. Okay, so yeah, because see, if I put too much pressure on this, it's literally going to fly across the room. I know that. Okay, let me see if I've got another tweezers. 1 second. Okay, so little tricky. Don't have another tweezers right now, but what I do have is this massive, uh, really, I will build back up my tweezer set and all my equipment over time. Because I really could do with that equipment right now. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I got something up here. Oh god, everything's gonna fall down now, chat. So just be careful. Uh, okay, well, that's not what I was looking for. Maybe this. One second. I'm just gonna throw those down there. One sec, chat. I'm just gonna see if I've got another tweezers here or not. Oh yes, I do. I got an iFixit. I got an iFixit kit, and in the iFixit kit is another tweezers. Now we're sucking diesel. Now, okay. Okay, here we go. Now, okay, so we're going to need to do some surgery here. All right, so we're going to leave this guy here so we can match him. All right, now, so I've got this guy uh, with the thing. Now, let's see. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Now, all right. Oh, I know you like that chat. I know you do. You have to like that, right? Now, the question is, what's happened here is, yeah, that's really good. Okay. So that's really positive. But the piece that's weird here now is that now, okay, so we're looking better. Okay, things are looking better, right? Okay, but yeah, but so you can see it's more or less the same now, but there is a minor issue here in that, well, the issue is that it's when I put this back in, it's gonna kind of have a weird this piece is still kind of sticking out weird, but I think if we can just get it back in there, I think we can start working with that. So, all right. So here's where we're at. All right. So we're gonna. So he's got to go back in. He's definitely got to go back in. All right. So let's get out the iFixit. And we're gonna start. We're gonna. So they both have to go back in here, right? So now I've got to go. I got to go way back up now. Hang on. Okay. Now we got too much light. Yeah. Believe it or not, it is possible to have too much light. Um, so here's the deal, chat. That is a good question. Did it come from the opposite row? But I don't think so, because look, see, the opposite row is actually populated. Number one, number one, it's populated. And number two, um, the only remaining one that, oh, unless, huh. I would be surprised if they're swapped, chat, because that would mean that the person that took this, that left, broke this in the board, um, did that, and I just don't think they did. So it does look like it's from the opposite row though, but I think what it is that the leg has to be bent back the other way, chat. That's what I think has to happen. So, so here we go. All right, let's bring this guy in. Okay, so we have, oh, sorry. So we have it like this, right? Um, so obviously it has to go in this way, right? I think we can all see that. So in we pop. Yeah. Now you see that's got a lot of resistance, right? And you see now, I've got my little leg here, and that's really cool. Now, and then if I turn around, yeah, I could go up another little bit for sure, but I mean, for the most part, this is good news. Okay, okay, because the if you slide in a cable connector, let me just show you. I'll show you the cable connector. So here's what goes in here. See this guy? So if I slide that in now, whoop, 100% that will make a connection. Even though it's a bit jankaroony, right? It will make a connection. So I'm not worried, right? See? I'm actually sorry, it will be this way. So you see what I mean? So I'm pretty confident that we would make connections there and I'd be happy. So there we go. Right, there we go. That's that. Now what we have to do is do the same deal, but with our other buddy. And like you were saying there, chat, I think, it's a little odd that it doesn't, mm, it's a bit surgery-like to get this in here. Okay, so I want to put it in here. Oh dear. Oh dear. A little bit surgery-like to get it in here. God. There we go. Now, 1 second. And this is where it's going to get kind of tricky, right? So this could get quite painful actually too if I screw this up. Okay, now let's just have another look on the other side. Okay, so now, well, we're definitely going to make a connection there. There's no question about that, but it is a little jank. So let's try solve for that. By just getting it in there. My God. And actually, you know what I can do? I can snip this off because whatever way, even if this is some sort of weird replacement thing that was stuck in here, it doesn't really matter. All I need to do is I just needed to make the connection here, and I need to be able to slot it into the board. That's all I care about. Yeah. So it's kind of gone in a weird way. Whoa, sorry. You could say it's kind of gone in a weird way, but not in a way that we're like, I'm not like freaking out about it. Okay, I just want to have a look again. Just see, can I push this down a bit more? All right, let me come back around. It's up there, it's coming up. I think if I was looking for perfection here, I would want to, let me see. Oh dear. Oh, thank you, F1 Lab. Thank you. Oh, I'm looking for a little poking stick. Mm, Hang on, I might have something here to poke it. Okay. No, too thick. Too thick. Too thick. Yeah, almost there is right. Okay, so getting there, getting there, getting there. Okay, so what's next? What's next? What's next? All right. Well, this, that's the funny thing here is that this is probably a good way to do it. But this is this is the actual. It's just got to be. Oh, there we go. I think maybe. Oh, it's getting close now. In fact, now the other one's coming out, or whatever this one is. Let me just poke that one down. Yeah. Okay, but when I do that, it pulls it out, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. All right. I'm actually pretty happy with that chat. Like that's actually. Let me just bring in the light. Yeah. Look, you see the way at the edge of that, it's touching the plastic at the other side. That's all we need. See? They're all touching the plastic at the other side. I think what I might have done was it's possible I overbent this one. Like I overbent him to a point where he's just in a weird spot. Yeah, look, he's got a nice bit of tension there, so that's okay. Okay, so there we go. There we have our connector. Now, because this one is, well, I mean, acting weird, um, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do because I just don't have the time. Um, and I think this is the wrong connector or the wrong leg, or it could have been pulled from somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is chop it. All right. Now, so now I have a clamping. Um, yeah, I have a clamping thing here, which I'm pretty happy with, and just generally should be fine. So now you got the tricky job of just kind of lining these guys up um, into the holes, which is its own thing. Uh, but it's fun, I mean, it's just like an interesting little project, though. You can get in with some tweezers there. So let's just see. What could we do? The piece that's going to be trickiest is that one at the end. And that to me is going to be tricky because let me just see. Does this have a chat? Can you see? What does that say there? Maybe I could. Well, okay. Let's get really crazy with this. Can we? 1 second here. Now this is going to get weird. Okay, right. This is good. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can tell which pin is pin one. Oh, that's one. That says one, doesn't it? Sorry. Does that say one to you? So that means that then we know how to orient. Yeah, one. So that's how we orient it, you know? Okay. All right, so that's good to know. We know now how to orient it. Let me just do this. There we go. Um, now we won't be, I'm going to reintroduce the board now in a minute, but we're not going to be able to re-add this to the board until we clean up the legs a little bit more. So um, let me just do that. I will just go back to scope and desk. We will go here. All right, so yeah, okay. So this connector is going to be good. The only thing that's a bit sketchy is the, you know, the let me see here. Okay, that's good. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay. Yeah, that's good. See, that will go through all the holes. That's all I wanted to do was make sure that I could get through the holes with the existing things. Yeah, printers motherboards. Um, printer motherboards. That's interesting, chat. That's a I didn't think about a printer. Um, I think a challenge with these Super Nintendo ones is that they're 11 pin, but it's 100% possible that this was used in other components. So that wouldn't surprise me, chat, if yeah, if this is totally available on like some, cheap printer from the 90s or something. Okay. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second here now. Like I said, I just need a little bit of flux to wick it back onto the connector. Okay. Yeah, it is. You have a lot of them. So do you mean like literally 11 pin 1.27 pitch? Because by Gonthar's hammer, those are hard to find. So if you have a stash of those, that would be useful. Although, half the fun here, I think, is trying to fix something that shouldn't be fixed. This definitely shouldn't be fixed. You should be like, I should just be on AliExpress just looking for something. That's really what I should be doing. Okay. So let's say, yeah, so this needs to be straightened out. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so this guy needs to be straightened out. And then, well, straightened out and then pushed back so that it'll go through the hole. Okay. And then this guy is like a whole other ball of wax. Okay, so now, okay, could be worse. Similar connector with that pitch. Yeah, they don't sell this connector. Yeah, they're rare. They're, they're just annoying. Okay, now let's have a look. This is the moment of truth here, chat, right? So um, it goes on this side of the board. I just want to do a quick test, right? So 1 and 2. So we know that's weird. Yeah, okay. So we know. So it looks like it would go on this way then. Is that right? Yeah, it does look like it would go on that way. Okay, so basically Oh, let's get the sun shining on this board. Okay, so we would go this way, right? See? Cool. All right. By Gonthar's hammer, this might work. Uh, this piece is just given G up here now. Yeah, okay. Ah, okay. So that middle piece, sorry, is just won't go into it. Um, oh, I see why. Okay. Oh yeah, he's too far out. Yep. Let's just twist him a little bit. Yeah, you could definitely do something there, chat. As regards the you know, remaking one or finding one. Oh, sorry. Did I do this the wrong way? Oh no, I did. I didn't. I did. Ah, haha. Okay. All right, let's get the you in there. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of get these guys in here for a second, right? So this is going to be the fun piece. This is cool, right? So we actually, chat, we did make this work, right? Like it is largely somewhat repaired and we have got it through the holes. So like we are definitely on the road to Nintendo recovery, um, without a doubt. Like that is a reality. Now, what we have to do next is get him. We got to poke them in on this side, and that's going to be interesting and weird. Where's the last one? Hang on a second. Oh, I got this backwards. Oh, did I get this backwards? Oh no! Oh my God! Look what I'm doing. Those aren't the holes. Those aren't the holes. Those are not the holes. So I've actually shoved it down now so far that it's no longer going through these ones. So let's just now okay, let me just do that. So now that those ones have sort of been aligned, uh, why is this doing this? Okay. Now that those ones have been aligned, the next step is to get these ones in. Okay. Oh yeah. Hang on. Wait a second. Let me just right. So that middle one, oops. It looks like it's kind of good to go, but it's that middle piece. Okay, so what have I got to do here? Okay, so we're gonna have to bring the middle. Yeah, look, you can see it's misaligned. Okay, so let me just try and bring it in a little bit. All right. Actually, how are the others aligned? Not perfectly, but not terribly. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do it again. Oh yeah, it looks like it's gone in. Yeah, yeah, they're all true, I think. Let me just see. Yeah, ish. Okay, interesting. Okay, so so here's where we're at. This is definitely gonna work, but as you can see, there is a dramatic difference between. Oh, this could benefit. This could be to my benefit, actually. There's a dramatic difference between, the gap between the things here and what's required. So that's going to help me because if you remember, this pin is broken dope. So he's ripped, right? So what I can do with him now is actually, what I can do with him is kind of shift him out a bit and force him to go through in that way, right? If I push the others back too. So hopefully this will make sense to all of you now in a second. But this is probably what I'm going to have to do to get this to work, right? Yeah. Oh, this is going to be messy. Or maybe it's the other way I have to do it. Wow. Yeah, it might be the other way. Huh. Might have to bring them in. Yeah, these guys have to come in. Okay, well, it's the same difference, kind of. But either way, they have to match up to this. So it's got to be more of that closeness. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. If I leave it flat, I could try that too. That's not a bad idea. But it would be better if I could just get a slight bend on it like this, like if I could just go, all right, like just that, and then just get a slight bend on it, like that. See? Oh yeah. Do you like that? I mean, I think that that's pretty cool. See? That's really all I need. That's really all I needed. So if I can do that and then get these guys bent in the way, then I should be able to. My God, this whole thing is so overstretched. Right, so then I've got that. Yeah, yeah. So quite tricky this. Really, now a lot trickier than I thought it was going to be. Um, I'm just going to just uh, sorry. I'm just going to just do a test fitting here for a second. Right? Oh yeah, that's okay. Get in there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay. Now, so if you do that, right, but then you bend them, right? Sorry. I know it's hard to see this. It's just I can't see it either. Oh my God. It's coming up on dinner time now. Okay. So if you see this, right? Um, So if I just start pushing this, sorry, right? So if I keep on, see, I can really just keep on sliding. Oh, whoops. No, that's going to be problematic. Okay, well, that's not going to work. I need to get him in there now. Right, now, there we go. Okay, so now I have, yes, that is going to be fun, chat. 100% maximum fun. It won't be too bad, though. I have small soldering irons and stuff. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, look at that now, right? So, yeah, see, that's all, so it's all going to work. It's all going to work. Okay. All right, so now, right, what I've done here is I've kind of forced that guy through there. 1 second. I forced him through, right? And so now I have all my little stuff going on. Now at the front here, then, I'm left with, I might have to manually, yeah, I'm going to have to probably manually, let me just check this, right? Yeah. So if I manually push these back, then I'll actually have a sitting connector, if that makes sense, right? So let's do it. And maybe that's what I'll get done before dinner, right? So the back ones are in, you're in. Get in there. Get in there. Okay, you're in. I don't care about you. You're going to have to be jumped. I need you to get in there. So you've got to go in and you've got to go in. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So I do have. Yeah, yeah, okay. All right, now I need more light. More light. Okay, so I have pretty even. Yeah, all the back ones are in their hole. Let me just check that. Yeah, all the back ones are in the hole. It's like golf. Uh, and then the front ones are not. Okay, so let's do this. Right, so he would be over it. Oh, yeah, so he would be over his hole. And then this guy's going to be a little tricky, I feel like. Yeah, okay. Why is this guy so stiff? Oh, 1 sec. I think. Okay, I think I got to a point there where. 1 sec now. I think I got to a point where I've actually got it pretty much true. Yeah. Okay, so 1 second. Yeah, okay. And then on the other side. Yeah. Okay. And on the other side. Okay, let's hear what we're going to do. Just because you stayed chat and you hung around, we're going to solder this and see if providing power, we're just going to see what happens. We're going to plug it into a controller port and see if it works. All right, give us a second here now. I've got my thing here. Because the ones I can jump, um, yeah, let's just see what happens. Okay. All right, just because you hung around chat. Hang on, did this fall out? Oh my God. Did I screw that way? Well, it couldn't have fallen out. Oh, sorry, it just doesn't have a lot of, I just don't have a ton of, I don't have a ton of leg to work with because of the, oh yeah, yeah, but I can feel the legs. It just doesn't look it. Yeah, front panel daughter board connector. Yeah, that is right, chap. Front panel daughter board connector. And yeah, well, jumper six sure isn't going to come through. So best of luck with that, Mick. Yeah, really get a little bit more solder in there so that I can jump from there, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, from panel daughter board connector for the controller port, chat. So okay. Okay, so obviously port 6 here is not going to work. I'll just give this a little bit of clean on this side and clean on this side. We'll look at this side. Okay. All right. Last thing we're going to do for this afternoon slash this evening, depends on your West Coast, East Coast. We'll plug it into a daughter board and boot it up. All right, so let me just show you so you can see that, which is another camera. So overhead. Okay. All right. So to do that, we'll probably put in Street Fighter or equivalent. Um, can't use this daughter board. So I want to get another one that actually has a real connector. Okay. Okay, so here's a real daughter board. Um, connectors on this on both sides. Should be like this. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's backwards. Now this could well just blow up. I don't know. It's been a while. So what are we going to do? We need power. So this is the power switch for Super Nintendo. We need a controller cartridge slot for the Super Nintendo. Controller cartridge slot. Cartridge slot, cartridge slot. Here? Nope. Strange. Where did I put the cartridge slot? So just give me one sec. Oh, here it is. It's with the game. So we're going to do Super Street Fighter 2. We're going to see if anything happens. I'll be honest, chat. It would surprise me if anything happens, but you know, stranger things have happened. Uh, hmm. No. It's weird. No. Sorry about that, folks. Doesn't look like we got it. So I do not know what's wrong. Okay, let's take out power out of the back of this. Let's check the fuse. Check the fuse on this one. Oh. Oh. It has a blown fuse. Huh. Okay. Interesting. That's so crazy. Okay. Well, I mean, if it has a blown fuse, it probably means a lot of power went through it. Um, so I mean, you know, unlikely to. Let me see if I have a spare fuse. Just one sec, chat. It's actually been a while since I've seen one that has a bust fuse. Because I mean, okay, all right. One second, chat. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna see, you're gonna see flames one way or another. All right. So hang tough, chat. We're gonna do this. I am going to pull the fuse out of this one. We'll swap the fuses over, and we're going to see what happens. My guess is that this thing is toast, but you know, stranger things have happened. All right, one second. No scope. All right, I'm going to take this off kind of quick and dirty. Okay. All right, there's the old fuse over there. This fuse seems to work. All right. Okay. Just test them off board. Test them off board. Okay. Test them off board. Good. Bad. All right. Well, then here we go. Let's just we will jerry rig this one back on. God, my guess is that this thing is probably going to blow when we do this because maybe there's something else wrong with it. That's why the fuse blew. But hey, you know what? You just don't know. Like, could be. It could be that it could be somebody plugged their own power supply into it and the board is fine. I've came across some real weird stuff. Okay. Okay, here we go. Fuse is in, chat. Fuse is in. Double check. All right, let's do it. Okay. Okay. All right, chat. Tell you what we're going to do. As we put a new fuse into it, we are going to test that new fuse right now. And we're going to see if Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo loads. Okay, so now I'm going to do it without. I'm going to do it without the. I'm going to do it without the daughter board first, okay? Just in case I shorted something in the daughter board. Okay. Oh my God, I hope this doesn't blow up my face. Huh. Oh, wait a sec. I hear something. Okay. I think that's off. So give me one sec. I mean, it's entirely possible this whole thing is toast, so it's fine. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Well, now we have the red light, which we didn't have before. Okay. Sorry, I don't know if you see that, but sorry. There's a little red light here. Sorry, there's. No, here. Yeah. So, what does this mean? Uh, Blue. At least I know now when it's on or off, right? So let's just take this out. Now we're going to put in another cartridge. We're going to put in a diagnostic cartridge. Okay, so this is Super Nintendo diagnostic cartridge, also known as a burn-in. And nothing. Interesting. Hmm. That's weird. Video top right. Okay, let's try again. Strange. Um, okay. Let me just see what's going on. Nothing obviously toasty, but it's when you've got it at this level, um, I mean, hey, the fuse is blown, so one second. Okay. So weird. Okay, so let's just sorry, what I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning the board and seeing what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna plug in this again. I'm gonna just nothing. So strange. Okay, we're gonna put the connector on. Put the guy on. Hmm. Absolutely nothing. So power is going to the board. Um, Let me just see for 1 second. All right, so sometimes composite full with cam, composite capture full with cam. Yeah, okay. So sometimes the, there'll be some like loose solder joints. I guess the AV could be gone in this. I mean, that's a possibility. You know, um, but sometimes just probing around here with a rubber and probe like this, you can kind of discover stuff, right? This is all plastic, so it can't short out. But there's definitely something problematic with this, so it's not even showing the Nintendo logo. Okay, so yeah, nothing. Very dead, like no signal whatsoever. It's not even taking a reset, which is weird. Yeah, that's hmm, so strange. Huh. Okay, let's try one more cartridge in it. All right, let's try that one. Nope. Okay. Let's just, okay, so, okay, last thing I'm going to do, chat, is just I'm going to put it under the scope for just a moment, um, just to see if there's any obvious damage that I just didn't see before. Okay, so let's check the cartridge slot. Oh, sorry. Just want to see if there's anything here that I didn't see before. And damage will be very obvious, these boards. Yeah. Next thing we to do a reflow the chips. But that's probably for another day. Uh, and RF out. I don't really have anything for RF out, so can't really. Yeah, don't really have anything for the RF out to test it because sometimes if the video doesn't come out, you can test the RF, and then sometimes the RF might show something, but I don't have a handy RF tester. So anyway, I think we'll leave it at that then, because we've reattached some stuff, and we've done some repairs, nothing crazy, and it's just been, it's just been an interesting exercise. I didn't eventually get to fixing it, but I never know whether I'm gonna actually achieve something on these streams. I just like to sit down and just, go through it and see what I can learn. So yeah, so thanks everyone, and I'll see you on another time. Okay, and good night. Yeah, it was a good effort. It was a good effort. So yeah, we'll call it. We'll call it, and yeah, that will be the end of the stream. Deary, deary me. Oh, later. Yeah, I just was giving it one last go just to see, but probably not. So strange. Okay. All right. Good night, folks.